Hello, welcome back to this professional UI design tutorial. Uh, let's start that how we can professionally update the UI that we have created in our last tutorial. As we have created this form, and in this form you can see that we have different controls. Now we are adding a command button for the search and for save, delete, duplicate, undo, and a new attribute as node to store data to the database, but that control is not yet here. So let's start from the first one that I'm going to mm, the data no, I'm going to open this form in the design view, and once I open in the design view, here I'm going to add the different controls. So how I could add the control from here, I will take this command button, and here I am going to add a command button for searching a record on this form. So there are different control options, and the first one, record navigation, I can find a record. I will select this one, and the text I will keep it, and this one is uh, I want to keep it as a picture, the default picture, and this is the name. I'm not changing it at this moment, and this is now the icon that shows me that what I want to do with this one. So this is the search icon. It will tell me that I'm going to search a record on this form when I'm using this one. And now let's add other command button, and those command button, for example, I am going to for different operation. From the operation for adding new record, and I want to keep this add record is the label of this command button, and I'm not going to change its uh, mm, mm, name. And let's come add a new one and name it from the operation that let me add one for duplicate, that whenever I will be adding data, and if the existing data and the previous data is somehow similar, many attributes maybe this maybe will be similar, so I will duplicate the first one. Similarly, I can add other command button as well, like save a record, and the label on this should be save a record. And I can add one more as for deleting a record. If a record is not needed and I want to delete it, we can make them as same size here. Okay, let me add one more as from here, from the operation, as delete a record. If any customer is no more required to be on the database and its data should be deleted, so for that we need one command button which could delete its record. So these are the command button. This one will be used for saving the for searching on this form any field, and these will be for adding new record, duplicating the already data which appear on this form, saving this data to this customer table, and deleting a record which is already loaded on this form. And now let's add another text field. From the design view, we have not added any control. So let's learn this one, that if we want to add a new control on this form with the objective that if we want to add some additional comment about this customer, we would need a control, a text field, where we could add the detail, and I can change its property, its color, background color. For example, let me change its color like this one. It's to this one. And here is the label. I will bring its label near here as note. I will add its change its text to note, that this will be a note about the customer, some additional information. But as when we created this form, we have not added any field for this control in the database. So first I will go and open this customer table, and I will add an additional attribute, a column here. It's asked me that first save the changes over here on this form. So let me save the changes, and then I will close this one and add this column in this table, and will connect this control to that column. So let's first see all these changes from the form view. So I'm going to check this form. Now you can see this form is in a professional look, and if I want to search any record from here, so how I can do? For example, I am going to search a record based on the country. So my cursor will be here. I will click on this search, and here, for example, UK. So there will be no UK. Let's check it from US. Yeah, this is the person Noman from US. And if I want to do a search by name, so my cursor should be here, and I will click here, and Rahman, I'm going to search. Yeah, Rahman record is loaded over here. So this is the task of how we can search within a form. And the other, this is, for example, I want to add a new record, so this form will become empty. And I will add Halima and, for example, Sultan, and add the other attribute, all the attribute, country Turkey, and province, this one, dummy data. I'm adding a few dummy data, and this is not the correct data, and email at gmail.com, and from here I will pick the photo. This could be an already saved photo with me, and but there is no photo, so this is this is a video which I loaded, so that photo is not shown here. And when I will click on this one, save, so this record number 12, Halima Sultan, this is already saved. And if I want to duplicate this record, by duplicate we mean that now the same data with the ID number 13 is loaded, and I will update those information which need to be updated, and the rest will be the same. Noreen and female and Istanbul. So it make it easy for us to save the time. And here go and add a new photo for the new person, and yes, again it's a video type. Let me change one which is photo, example. Yeah, and now save it. So these records are added. So now we have to connect this control with the database and we'll see its effect. So now let's close this form and close it and go to this database, open it and add a new attribute node and make it its data type as long, because we will be saving more data. Over here I saved it and now I'm coming back, going to open my form in the design view, and here I'm now this control is not connected with this last attribute in the table customer. So how I could do it? When I will click over here on this side, control source. So on control source, when I will click this attribute will appear over here. And now when I will add a new record here in this form, so the data will be saved here. Now save it, view this form in form view, and duplicate a record, for example, from here. This is 14 record. I am only changing this name and not changing anything else, and changing it Abid Khan, and only adding here, this is my test note to understand how blah 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 blah, and save it. Now when you save this data and then close this form and come and check the data inside this table, so you can see that this note column with the last one is added and all the record have been updated. Now let's go and do one last change on this form by adding a new control. To quit this form, for example, I will add this command button, and on this command button I'm going to add form operation, close form, and next, and this label should be like this, for example, that whenever I will not be needing the form for more operation and I want to close it, so this command button will be used to close it. And also you can do other changes. This extra space should be reduced, and you can make all these headings of the labels, these text as bold. Okay, so all these changes could be done. Save it, close it, and check this form again, and now you can see that this form is professionally looking, and we can add other subform in our coming tutorial. Thank you.